English Literature, Grade 6. Book name is The Gifts and Other Stories. Today we will discuss story number 7, The Speckled Band by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Before starting the story, let me introduce the main characters of the story. Sherlock Holmes. The main protagonist of the stories, Sherlock Holmes, is a private detective who shows his caring and compassionate side in this story. John H. Watson, also known as Dr. Watson, the story's narrator. Most of the short stories in this compilation are told in the first person narrative form from his point of view. Helen Stoner. She seeks Holmes' help when she suspects that her father is trying to kill her. Julia Stoner, the murder victim in the story. Julia Stoner was the twin sister of Helen Stoner. Dr. Grimsby Roylott, a violent, aggressive, and intimidating character. He is a man of immense strength and absolutely uncontrollable in his anger. He was very antisocial and unpopular. He had no friends at all, save the wandering gypsies. Roylott was also known to be physically violent towards his stepdaughters. The Speckled Band. Hope you have done the reading of the story. Let me summarize it. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson rise unusually early one morning to meet Helen Stoner, a young woman who fears that her life is being threatened by her stepfather, Sir Grimsby Roylott, a doctor who practiced in India and who was married to Helen's mother there. Helen's sister has died almost 2 years earlier, shortly before she was to be married. Helen had heard her sister's dying words, the speckled band, but had been unable to understand their meaning. Now Helen too is engaged and she has begun to hear strange noises and to observe strange activities around Stockmoran, the estate where she and her stepfather live. Sir Grimsby Roylott thus keeps strange company at the estate. He befriends a band of gypsies on the property and keeps as pets a cheetah and a baboon. For some time, he has been making modifications to the house. Before Helen's sister's death, he had modifications made inside the house and now he is having the outside wall repaired, forcing Helen to move into the room where her sister died. Holmes listens carefully to Helen's story and agrees to take the case. He plans a visit to the manor later in the day. Before he can leave, however, he is visited by Roylott, who threatens him should he be interfere. Undoubted, Holmes proceeds first to the courthouse, where he examines Helen's mother's will, and then to the countryside. At Stockmoran, Holmes inspects the premises carefully inside and out. Among the strange features that he discovers are a bed anchored to the floor, a bell cord that does not work, and a ventilator hole between Helen's room and that of a Roylott. Holmes and Watson arrange to spend the night in Helen's room. In darkness, they wait. Suddenly, a slight metallic noise and a dim light through the ventilator prompt Holmes to action. Quickly lighting a candle, he discovers on the bell cord the speckled band, a poisonous snake. He strikes the snake with a stick, diving it back through the ventilator. Agitated, it attacks Roylott, who had been waiting for it to return after killing Helen. Holmes reveals to Watson that Roylott plotted to remove both daughters before they married because he would have lost most of the fortune he controlled when the daughters took with them the money left them by their mother. Come to the exercise. Make sentences of the following words: wonder, admired, cheerfully, mystery, familiar, violent, temper, unconscious, inquiry, peculiar, amusing, cunning, dreadful, horror. Now let's discuss the question answers. Question number 1. Write character sketch of Miss Helen Stoner. As we read, Miss Helen Stoner was a young lady with an elegant smile. Her face was very pale and her eyes were frightened and looked like the eyes of a haunted animal. She was about 30, but her hair was grey and she looked very tired. She used to speak very politely. Question number 2. Why did the Dr. Roylott become violent with every passing year? Dr. Roylott was sent to prison for beating his servant to death. This imprisonment led to his violent behavior and he lost temperance for almost everything. Question number 3. What did Holmes get to know about property of Miss Stoner's mother after he investigated about that? After listening to Miss Stoner's mysterious story, Holmes investigated about the matter and found out that the total income at the time of death was about £750 per year. Each daughter would get £250 a year. Question number 4. Explain the condition of Stoke Moran, the old house. The house was built of old grey stone. Some of the windows were broken and covered with wooden boards, and parts of roof were also broken. Also, there were repairs going on. There was a small doorway into the corridor. All rooms were well furnished with a low ceiling roof. Question number 5. Why did Holmes hit bed with the stick? When Holmes visited all the rooms and saw ventilator just above the bed with bed screwed to the floor, Holmes knew there was a snake which crawled inside the bed and killed Julia, so he was hitting the bed to get rid of it. Question number 6. Why did Holmes say that he was responsible for Dr. Roylott's death? When Holmes hit the bed with stick, the deadly snake got angry and slithered back to its master's room, and in the moment of anger and fury, it killed Dr. Roylott as it was already angry, so it killed the first person it saw at the instant. Holmes knew the snake would do such thing that is why he said he was responsible for doctor's death. Question number 7. Who killed Miss Stoner's sister and how? Miss Stoner's mother had a yearly income of £750, which was to be divided between two daughters after they get married. Dr. Roylott did not like the idea and he wanted all the money to himself, so he trained the deadly snake, Swamp Adder, to kill his stepdaughter. The snake was trained to crawl up the ventilator and to the bed of Julia. It bit Julia and she was killed there and then. Reference to the context. I am responsible for Dr. Grimsay Roylott's death. However, my dear Watson, I don't think that this will ever worry me very much. Do it on your notebooks. Thank you.